Hey everybody, Marty Missouri. Good evening. The 16th of June 2016. I'm going to just keep you just a couple of minutes tonight. You're looking at the odds checker odds. This is based on the betting of Great Britain, the people voting next Thursday to leave the European Union. You can see it's been going up of late, peaked today and kind of rolled over. Let me show you the US market. Here's the S&P 500. What you'll see is some real negative correlation as the odds that Great Britain will leave the European Union have gone up. The markets trade lower. This is the weekend, so there's Friday's close, there's Monday's open, and you can see that's pretty much been the relationship. We had a little pause here as things evened out, and then we had the Fed day yesterday, and the market was really trading more on Fed commentary. But we had a spike last night, and you can see stocks spike lower. In fact, the Dow at one point today was down 150 points. This S&P index was down 20. And then when the odds rolled over, and it looked like the betting anyway was suggesting that they will stay in the European Union, you can see while that came down, stocks came up. So folks, if you wonder what's been creating the volatility of late, while there's always competing narratives, this is the right one, I think. It's really just, it's very short-term stuff. It's next Thursday we'll know what they're going to do. But right now the market is kind of on edge, if you will. Another way to look at that would be to look at the VIX index or the volatility index, or some call it the fear index. Tracks implied volatility on options contracts, and basically when option premiums go up because there's a lot of hedging because people are thinking the market's going to fall, you see it show up in the price of the implied volatility, and it reflects in the VIX, and this is for the S&P 500. So you can see it pretty much hugs the line along with the odds of leaving the European Union. Came back a bit here. This was anticipating, in my view, that the Fed was going to be market friendly in its commentary, and I think the VIX probably accurately reflected that, but it didn't last very long, and then it spiked back up. This morning at one point the VIX was very early up 10%, which is obviously a big move, but then when the odds rolled over, so did the VIX. So folks, again, no mystery right now as to what's creating all the volatility. Now tomorrow could be kind of weird because it's the expiration date for a ton of futures and options contracts on both individual stocks and on indexes. Those are days where we tend to see high volatility and high volume for sure. It'll be interesting. Right now futures are trading a little higher. And sadly, it may have to do with events that have caused a kind of a halting, at least right now, of both campaigns in Great Britain, the campaign to leave and the campaign to stay. And they agreed to delay or to at least suspend their respective campaigns on news that a member of Parliament for England was murdered in the streets today, and she was a passionate advocate for Great Britain staying in the Union. And so speeches have been canceled, campaigns, stump speeches, and so on, at least into the weekends. There's been some rumors that maybe they'll even suspend the vote. I don't know that that's the case, but I do look for this short-term volatility to remain until we get through that vote. If suddenly the odds continue to decline, I think you're going to see stocks trade higher. Once we get past the vote, of course, we'll survive either a stay or a leave. There's some interesting near-term implications for currencies and therefore for the rest of the financial markets. But then I think the focus is going to be squarely back on the Fed, and are they going to have an opportunity to raise rates ahead of the U.S. election and so on. So there's going to be plenty for me to talk to you about to help you put the short-term volatility into perspective as the weeks unfold going forward. Thank you as always for watching and listening, and look for the weekend commentary probably on Saturday, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.